Yup. Yup. Good morning. Good morning, folks. All right. A little bit over 2 hours to go. Lots of fog. We'll start off by going up Harris Grade. Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to Vandenberg Rocket Launches on this. I don't want to call it a cold because I don't have a sweatshirt on. But it's a nice overcast morning like usual for in August. Yellow would really make it worse. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's it. It's almost dead this morning in town. It still is early. Oh. I was looking at the webcams before I left the house, and it doesn't look, the ceiling doesn't look too high. The Dangermon cam looked to be clearing out already. Harris Grade, the clouds were, or the fog was receding, but you really couldn't see much yet. But we're gonna head up there first, and then we'll head out to surf, see what's going on there, and then who knows, we might end up at Jalama, we might not. There's a nice truck. Yeah, that was a nice truck. All right. Coyote watch out here in the field. I don't see one. No coyotes in the field this morning. At least not on that side of it. Maybe up here we might see one. Well, thanks for joining us on this trip around the area. Don't know where we're gonna end up yet. Gotta see what the conditions look like. Hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody's gonna have a good weekend. I don't know what things are going. Oh yeah. If you're not from the Santa Barbara area, the big thing going on in Santa Barbara right now is Fiesta. Viva la Fiesta. I don't know. It's a cool little shindig. They got little mercados all over the place down there. There used to be a lot more little markets, like little parks that they turned into like fairs. Like when the fair comes into town, that's essentially what it's like. And then they make paper mache eggs, or actual eggs, and put confetti in them, and you go around and you break them on people's heads. Which, whatever. It's the tradition, I guess, but it leaves a damn mess everywhere. So it's kind of irritating. But there's lots of food. Lots of good food, too. Yesterday was the parade, which kind of sucks because now since State Street is closed to traffic, they don't have the parade down State Street anymore. They have it on the waterfront, Cabrillo. Which, I don't know, I think that's kind of cool because you got the beach in the background and the parade going on. But, yeah. I don't remember if there's anything else going on. I didn't really look. Too busy looking at alternative things. Wondering if I need to do a turn and burn this weekend. Which is entirely possible. Gotta see what the wife says. According to the webcam, it was a little bit clearer than the conditions look right now up here. At least the webcam area was clear. Not super clear, but just above the ceiling of the fog. Or let me rephrase that, the roof. Because the ceiling would be the bottom. So the roof would be the top. And last time I checked the webcam itself seemed to be above the fog. But it did not look like Harris Grade itself, the viewing area, was out of the fog yet. But we're about to find out. One more switch back up here, and we'll know. That doesn't count. This switchback counts. Oh, look at these poor lads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as of right now, there's a good chance they're not going to see anything. Look how thick it is. Damn. So there's really no need to stop on the way back down. Because as you can see, it's pretty socked in. It's supposed to get warm today too. So, you know, we got 2 hours to go till launch. So there is a good chance that this fog may burn off. I don't know though. See, the webcam's over here to screen left. And it's still pretty damn foggy up here. Clear to the left, clear to the right. Hopefully we're clear to the left. Yeah, we're not stopping at Harris Grade today or this morning, folks. It is soupy. Don't forget to comment where you're watching from, folks. Hit that like button. Leave a comment where you're watching from. Turn your notifications on. Because we never know exactly when we're going live. I feel bummed out for people. Especially people that drive for hours to get here to watch rocket launch, and then you show up and it's like this. What a bummer. What a bummer. And we've been getting a lot of people from the Bay Area coming down to watch the rocket launches. So, you know, if Bay Area people are doing turn and burns, that's at least a 4-hour drive, unless, you know, you're speeding down the highway to get here. But yeah, a lot of Bay Area people, and that it would be a real bummer to drive all the way down here and get here and it's like this. And this is not the time of year to come and watch a launch because of the fog. If it's in the middle of the day, it's a different story. You know, the fog could lift, but it's Lompoc. It's the central coast of California. And that's the whole reason why they built Vandenberg where they did, because it's covered in fog most of the time. So our enemies could not see what was going on, at least on the pads. Back in the day, they were mainly missiles, but once the missiles got in the sky, then they could see what was going on. The enemy could. But now, it doesn't really matter with all the new satellites we have out there that can look through the fog and all that. But for us average people that are just coming out here to watch a rocket launch, we still got a couple months to go till it's prime rocket launch viewing season, as far as I'm concerned. I consider from like October to February, after the first good rain of the year, to like May, June, when the fog monster starts making its appearances again. But yeah, October to February is the best time. It's nice and clear. Right now you get out here and it's all hazy. But once everything gets wet and the dust and dirt and sand settle down, it makes it, as far as I'm concerned, it makes it better to see. Especially if you're like me, trying to take pictures and videos and live stream, it's much crisper because the air is cleaner. So unfortunately, we still have 3 or 4 months to go until that season arrives. Right now we're in the midst of fog monster season. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be like this morning, because it was pretty clear last night. No animals out this morning on the road. Oh, except for me. I figured we'd see a deer or something right now. Well, 2 hours to go till launch. There was a little group of people up there on Harris Grade. Not surprising. The window originally, the window opened at 7 o'clock for this launch. But if you've been following along, I don't think we've had one 7 o'clock launch yet, whether it was AM or PM. And when I say yet, I mean in these last few months, this last stretch of launches, because they've been, the windows have been either 7 AM or 7 PM for a couple months now. Except for the one rocket that went off at like midnight or something like that. I think it was like 12:04, 11:58, I don't remember. But it was late at night. Excuse me. But for the most part, the windows have been opening between 7 and 11, whether it's AM or PM. But at least none of the morning launches have gone off at 7. Once again, folks, that's just the opening of the window. That's not a set time of the launch. That's just, hey, we're going to try to launch it between this time and then, or, yeah, I guess you could say try to launch it. But this is the optimal time to get it where we need to park it. So we got a 4-hour window to launch. But I've been noticing, even though the window is 7 to 11, most of the launches have been going up about 8 o'clock. Today's will be 9. I think it's 9:14 it's scheduled to go. And then we had a 10 o'clock launch, a couple of 9 o'clock launches. But yeah. And that time, that extra hour or two, gives this fog a little bit of chance to burn off. Well, we're under 2 hours to go on the timer, folks. Under 2 hours to go. Town is still muerto. Got about another half hour until town itself wakes up. This is what Lompoc looks like at 7:30 in the morning. Dead. Oh, there went a fuel truck we just passed. I don't think that's a fuel truck for SpaceX though. Yuck. Going to McDonald's. Yuck. I don't remember the last time I had McDonald's. It's had to be years by now. See our shopping center over there, the screen right. Empty. Granted, nothing over there is open yet. I guess donut shops and fast food places are pretty much the only thing open right now. Oh, and Starbucks and Dutch Bros and the gas stations. But besides that, it's kind of quiet this morning. And this, we are on 8th Street, downtown Lompoc, or main drag of Lompoc. We just went through the center of town. We're coming up to the south side of town. Typically, anything south of Ocean Avenue here in town is considered the south side. Any Bend Park, Walmart, or the poop plant. Oh, there's a food truck over there already. Sharon's Comfort Food. I haven't heard of that one before. And now we are on Ocean, headed westbound towards Surf Beach. It just feels kind of dead in town today. It's part of the reason why when I go walking, I go at this time of the morning, because the homeless aren't as bad. I usually walk the bike path on the east side of town, along the river, and get out of my home, this is my home. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. And then I don't know, a couple years later I was walking up the trail and some guy from his little alcove pulled a gun out. What are you doing here? I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, I don't go down there very much anymore. Really cool spot to walk, right along the river. Before the homeless moved in the river, it was cool to look down in there and see the river flowing through it. Nice clean water, not like that anymore. Oh, I didn't point that out. As we went over the bridge heading up to Harris Grade, the river on the north end of town, when you cross the 8th Street Bridge, is now dry. There's no water running under the bridge on the east side of town on 246 over by Home Depot. And that one still has water going underneath it. Or open the dam and allow water to flow downstream to us. If they do, that'll be cool. Because the 246 bridge, the bridge by Home Depot, was it last year the water barely, well no, because it made it to the corner, so it dried up under the bridge for maybe a month. And I don't know if it was they opened the dam, or what exactly it was, but water did end up flowing shortly after it dried up. It flowed for 3 years straight after the big rains a few years ago. That was kind of cool because during the drought years, the only time we'd get water underneath the bridges is when they would open the dam. And it would flow for maybe a month. I think it's August 1st or something like that. They open the dam. And then it usually closes like a month and a half later. Huh? Bicycle riders. The guy that was riding on the screen left, he's out here all the time. I think he does this ride every morning from town out to surf and back. To the center of town, round trip, it's like 20 miles, I think. One of the signs on the edge of town says it's 10. Oh, they already got. Looks like we already got police lights ahead of us. Of course, folks, we'll stop up here in a minute. Give me a chance to read some comments. Look at webcams again, figure out where we're going to go. Because it is pretty damn foggy around here right now. Base cop. Security forces. Oh, look at this idiot. Let's run right on the edge of the road. That's smart. Rocket watchers. Rocket watchers. Yeah, I think they're just closing the road at the window now. Not necessarily if the lot is full or not. Just, hey, it's time to close it. Now we're officially on base property. No.
Guys doing a photo, right?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Thank you. The advantages of making this part of my life. I don't have to get out of the truck and ask anymore. They just know who I am. Oh. I think that's hilarious. This may stir up some controversy. We brought a family friend out here. And he's Mexican, from Mexico. And the road was closed, much like it was right now. And, you know, the cop knows who I am. So he let us through. And Fernando was like, oh, right around this area. He goes, oh, is that what they call white privilege? Because, yeah, they're not supposed to be letting people back here right now. The road's closed. But I don't want to sound arrogant and be like, oh, because I am who I am. No. They know I'm not going to stick around out here. They know I'm just out here to do a video real quick, and then I'm getting out of here. But back to the topic at hand. The fog seems to have lifted a little bit right here. It seemed much thicker in town. So that's a good thing. That means there's a good chance that we'll get some burn off of this fog. The ceiling seems much higher out here than it was in town. So how high? I don't know. At least a few hundred feet. This will give us a chance to see what the occupancy looks like out here at Surf. And then we'll head back out and see what's going on. Oh, I got a little bit of water on my windshield now. That means one of these fog clouds has a little bit of moisture in it. Well, they all do, but let's see. Right here, you look to the left. Oh, you can't see it. Usually right there I can see the booster on the pad, but it's too foggy. Too foggy. And there's the crowd of people. Oh, I don't see Jay down here this morning. Parking lot's full, which doesn't surprise me since the window did open at 7. Let's see what we got. Texas. A lot of youngsters. Maybe they're rocket scientists. Maybe they're SpaceX employees. See the group right there? All hanging out. And you're not supposed to do what this truck's doing, especially leaving it unattended. Yes, if you're ever out here and you see me, I stop along the road to do videos real quick and then I bail. But I don't leave the truck unattended. Mainly, if there's anything that happens, they open that gate, and if they have to, they use this road to bring in their fur fighting equipment. Alright, let's get out of here. We'll get out of the closure. Probably park just on the other side of it. Go through the comments and everything, and then I'll figure out where we might be going, because we're down to an hour and 40 minutes. If the time hasn't changed in the half hour we've been driving around. Check the Jalama cam. Jalama was looking pretty good, or at least Dangermon was. I haven't looked officially at the Jalama cam yet. But in the Dangermon webcam, you could see the hillsides. You couldn't see the ocean yet, but you could see the hillsides. Still got some time to go for the, what is this? The 50th SpaceX launch of the year. The 52nd rocket launch for Vandenberg this year. I think it was March and April. April and May when we had the Firefly and the Minotaur mission. This guy just decided to flip a U-turn without looking. Got to check webcams real quick, folks, to see what we're gonna do. We still got plenty of time, but the thing is, if I decide we're going to Jalama, I still have 36 minutes to determine if we're gonna go out there. But we got to look at the webcams first. Oh, cool. Thanks for watching in Vietnam. That's a first. We still got a long way to go, for an hour and a half to go till launch. And that is only if they have not changed the time yet. Oh yeah, that's right. They changed it to 9:23 now. I think last night when I went to bed it was at 9:14. Yep. Timer's 5 seconds off. No big deal. Now we go to the Watch Duty app. I need to plug this one in so the battery doesn't die on us. There we go. All right. Oh yeah, look, Dangermon looks beautiful. That's the Dangermon cam right now. If you look on, right there is the ocean, and then you can see the hillsides, and those hillsides right here. We won't be able to see them because of the fog. But, hang on a second. Let me get up here a little bit. Let me get out of the bushes. But if it was clear, let's get in front of the sign. Those hillsides, oh, I gotta sneeze. So, those hillsides right there are literally right over there, but you can't see them because of the fog. So, obviously, Jalama looks pretty good. Or at least, well, yeah, Jalama's going to be good too, because if you could see the ocean, hey. Oh no, that's further out. I thought they put another camera up on Harris Grade. Let's open this one. And this is what the Harris Grade cam looks like right now. Oh, no it doesn't. It looks like that. Nothing. It's just gray up there. So yeah. That probably is not going to be the spot to go today. Oh. Morning Dad, morning Greg, morning Mr. Gilstrap. Oops. Sorry. All right. So, I got to figure it out. It doesn't just come to me, Gregory. I got to be thinking. All right. And that's kind of hard for me to do sometimes. I got to think, what do we want to do? We got plenty of time. Got an hour and a half to go. 45 minutes to get to Jalama. So we have roughly 45 minutes to play around with. But at the same time, don't want to blow all my gas. If you would like to help with the gas fund, head on over to PayPal Vandenberg Rocket Launch. Rocket Launch, or no, it's Rocket Vandenberg Rockets. On PayPal, it's just Vandenberg Rockets. Cops are probably like, why does he keep going and stopping and stopping and going and going and stopping? There's the NASA building right here to screen right. There might be a Vulcan rocket in there. I don't know. And then that's looking north. As you can see for a little bit. A little ways away. But over in that direction where Harris Grade is. Nope. Too foggy. Oh, is that it? Right there. Okay. I gotta make sure I get the metal on the magnet, or it'll fall off. I think that's what happened last time. What little street have I not driven down? Oh, you know what? We'll do a quick back and forth in Lompoc again, and then we'll figure it out. strawberries today. Gathering. Look at them all gathering the strawberries. I don't know, I like San Diego strawberries better. I don't know why. I just like San Diego strawberries better. I figured there'd be a little bit more people out there today. You know, Saturday morning, 9:30 launch. It doesn't seem too far-fetched to have more people out here. Especially if you're within a 3-hour drive, you don't have to leave at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. You can leave your house at 6 in the morning. Even though I do push and promote get here early, try to get here. If you're ever coming out here to watch a launch, try to get here at least an hour before launch. I would suggest 2 hours. Because if you're coming from distance and you get here and it looks like this, you might want to drive around and look for alternative locations to watch the rocket launch. Like me, I just know that, okay, it's foggy here in town. Let me look up the watch duty cam, see what weather conditions look like around the area, and then we'll go from there. But unfortunately, some people drive all the way out here and they get stuck up there on Harris Grade, which on a day like today, that could potentially really suck up there. Because you're not going to see it. You'll be able to hear it, which will drown it out. The fog would slightly drown it out a little bit. But then internally, you're like, oh, I hear it. It must be cool. But you don't see anything. So it's kind of a letdown. Even at Surf Beach, all those people standing alongside the road, if it doesn't clear out up there, they're going to be in for a world of hurt. You stand out there all that time waiting to watch the rocket launch. And there it sucks even more because you're under the assumption, oh, I can see the pad. I'll be able to see everything. And the fog's so thick you can't even see ignition. I've been out there at night and you think orange. Nope. An orange glow from ignition. My tire shop's open. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Felipe's already here. This smoke shop right here with the cool mural on the side of it, screen left. Used to be a bicycle shop. But that's like, that building, as far as I'm concerned, should be an old historic building, but nothing really historic happened there. It's just an old building. And this is like the original, original side of town. If you look at some of these houses, they look like old bungalows because they are. There are actually old adobe homes over here. A friend of mine actually lives in one. Ooh. Sorry. Oh wait, we're gonna go right here. That's right. I saw it. And then it was like, oh yeah, turn here. So right here, screen left, not the white building. Not that tan building. But that right there. Ugh. That guy. That's Artesia School. And that's on Chestnut and H Street. When Solvang Bruco took it over, they had to add fire sprinklers, so I got to walk around in there, see what it looked like. But if I remember correctly, there was some port signs in it. This is G Street. I decided, why not? Let's go an alternate besides H. We're always going up and down H. Mainly because it's cool. 8 o'clock. I could stop and get some menudo. But that'd be kind of hard to eat and drive at the same time. That was the Grange Hall on the left we just passed. It's a agriculture organization. We're gonna pass my by. It's kind of funny too, because the tire shop that I go to over there on the west side of town is King's Tire, and the barber shop I go to over here in the center of town right here is King's Barber. And then in this little shopping center here you got Tom's Burgers, home of the educated burger. They got their burger menu there is A to Z, and every letter is a different type of burger. And they got little alphabet cards if you eat every letter of the alphabet's burger. I don't know, I haven't been there in a while. Good burgers, I don't know. I just haven't been there. Oh, let's go this way. And then you got the world famous PA right here. The apartments right here to the right. I'll let you guys make up your own words for PA. But let's just say that wasn't a good apartment complex for a while. What are we at? All right. Well, town looks pretty fogged over. I'm not going to sit here and wait forever to see if it's going to clear or not. Oh, you know what? Let's just do it. We'll go the long way because we got plenty of time. library. Right here to screen left. And then we got a growing city with new neighborhoods being built. And this is one of our 2 fire stations right there. It's kind of a bummer we don't have a third. We really do need a 3rd fire station. But nobody cares about Lompoc in the wonderful Santa Barbara County. We're just in the way. Because, you know, with the amount of rockets they're launching now, I don't understand why nobody's putting, or the county hasn't put more money into space camp. Like, yeah, we have industry here, but a lot of the industry here is tourism. You know, we got the wine, we got Santa Barbara. Shit, cruise ships dock off of Santa Barbara and then bring them to shore, and then people can go wander around Santa Barbara. So if we got cruise ships coming, obviously it's a tourist spot. And then at one point, I don't think they do it anymore, the city of Santa Barbara essentially did their own version of cops. It was, you know, the police officers in the city were being followed with cameras. So it's kind of cool to watch. Well, I know at one point most of their views were coming from somewhere in Europe. Like Sweden, one of the Nordic countries was their highest viewed area. Not here in America, over in Europe. Alright. So we came back this way because we're going to go over the river right now. There's nobody really behind us, so we're going to kind of cruise it slow. But no more water. It's dried up down there. And then we're going to drive around the long way around town. And we're going to head out to Jalama. The fog is getting a little thinner. That's a good thing. What do we got? Yeah. No. I just looked behind us toward base, folks, and it's really... I was contemplating driving up to Harris Grade to get one last look. But really, there's no point. Because looking toward base... Here, you know what we can do? We don't have to go all the way up to Harris Grade. We don't have to go all the way up to the top of the grade. There he goes again. Sorry, folks. When you live in a small town like this, you get, especially if you're me, you figure out what people drive. So when you're driving around town, you see people you don't like, or just people that are very disrespectful, and that guy was one of them. I always thought it was funny too, because the guy always thought his shit doesn't stink. He could just be rude to people, and then he tried being rude to me, and I didn't talk back to him or anything. I just, no. I put my foot down. And he didn't know what to do. And nobody backed. It was at a restaurant, so nobody backed him up. Everybody would just kind of looked at me and smiled like, oh, thank you. Uh-huh. And then he started getting disrespectful with the staff. So, yeah. I asked the staff if everything was okay, and I could tell one of them was fairly shooken up. And it was like, oh, do I need to go talk to him? So this is the view. The pad would be pretty much directly in front of us right now. Out that, well, more here. Hang on, let me get in a better angle. Right around there. The pad is somewhere out there in the fog. And we are directly above Hancock College Lompoc campus. That's it right there, past those trees, the nice little cream color building. And then behind it is the fire department training tower. To tell you the truth, Greg, I don't know why I love these things so much. I just think they're cool. Especially, I guess it's a big reason is because there ain't shit to do in this town. It's small. It's not like we have any excitement. We got one movie theater. So you got to drive everywhere to do anything. So just being able to come out and watch a rocket launch, see people come from literally all over the world to watch one of these, it's kind of cool. Uh-oh. Probably 20 years ago, the first time we officially lived here, and we saw one. It was kind of cool. We lived over on the south side of town, right by the old Lompoc Hospital, which is still there, but not really. It used to be a single-story hospital. Now it's a two-story mental health wellness center, I guess you could call it. But yeah, there was a launch at night. We had the live stream going on in the house, and this is before phones were what they are today. So, you know, no real, it was still a handheld computer, but it wasn't as computerified as it is now. So we had our landline house phones on intercom. We had one sitting by the computer, and me and my wife and probably my son and daughter were all outside, and we're listening to the live feed, watching a rocket go in the air. And I'm a street sign collector. I love street signs. You know what? Before we go that way, let's do this real quick and then we'll go that way. But yeah, all my street signs started shaking, so you can hear them making noise off of the garage walls. And about that time, my wife got all, not scared, but she was like, "Brad, is this an earthquake?" And you could see the dot flying through the air. It's like, "No, babe, that's the rocket right there." So I think that was one of the first times that I was like, "Oh yeah, this is badass." So there's the training center right there. First responders. There's a road course behind all this stuff for police officers. And then over here, on that side, that is the proposed home of Space Camp all over there. So if you're bored, get out there and email paleblue.ventures. pbdv.space. Go ahead and email them and tell them build Space Camp, because you want somewhere to hang out when there's a rocket launch. And then this is our little Ken Adams Park. Nobody really even knows about this park. Redoing the curbs. I don't know why. We'll do a quick pass through here, since the gates are open. We do have an astronaut memorial, but it's embarrassing, so we won't go out there. Yeah, you can come in here and you walk down that little road right there in front of us. We have an astronaut memorial. But yeah, it's a cool little park, hidden away. Got a nice barbecue area over there. Playground hidden back in there in the trees. Oh, wow. That's a nice Plymouth Fury right there. But yeah, this is the park. Small little hidden away park. And if Space Camp is built, excuse me, this park is supposed to get refurb. And from what I read on the paperwork, most of the retrofit of this park is going to be paid for by Space Camp dollars. So that would be really cool. Yeah, that park is a little cool park. I like it. Alright, what are we down to? 1 hour and 3 minutes. Let me check the webcam one more time. Oh, I'm not worried about the fog clearing out. We're going to Jalama. There's no fog out there right now. All right, Eagle. So, since you used to ride dirt bikes around Ken Adams, were you also part of the River Bottom Boys who would do the... I've heard stories about back in the day people doing mud bogs down in the river, like huge parties down in the river on the weekends. Oh, Gregory, you did the sprinklers up there? I was actually going to go pound pavement there when they were building that to see if I could just get on the job so I didn't have to drive to work. I could have literally rode my bike to work if I was on that job. No, I already went up Harris Grade. It's foggy up there. Rewind the video back to the beginning. That's where we started off going. And it's just too foggy up there. Stick around for a little bit. For about 45, or come back in 45 minutes. We're making our way out to Jalama now. Jalama. Oh my word. Hang on. I'll show you guys what the Jalama cam looks like, so you know why I'm getting excited. Screw it. That's the Jalama Beach cam right now. Crystal clear. So guess what? Jalama Beach. Here we come. What are we at? 1 hour and 23 seconds. Well, probably like 15 now, but see how long it takes for us to get out there from here. It should be about a half hour, 35 minutes. But that's why we're not going up to the top of Harris Grade. There's no point. It's most likely gonna stay foggy in the valley. That's why you guys gotta watch the videos. So you too, if you ever come out here to watch a rocket launch, you too know what to do if you get here and there's fog. Step number 1, get here. See what the conditions look like. Step number 2, go find webcams. I use an app called Watch Duty, which is a brush fire website or app. And they have webcams set up all over the place. All across the United States are webcams to watch brush fires. Look to see if there's any brush fires going on. And then you find, in our area, you find the Dangermon cam, you find the Harris Grade cam, and you look at them. And then you spread out from there. If Harris Grade cam is all foggy, then you go check the Dangermon. If Dangermon cam's all foggy, I go to the Refugio Peak cam or Broadcast Peak cam. I don't go to the Blueberry cam in Buellton, the Blueberry Farm cam, because that's kind of down in the valley, so it kind of blocks the view from the south coast. If I'm down in Santa Barbara or Montecito, I look at all the webcams on the hilltops, mountaintops above Santa Barbara, just to get to see what the weather conditions are. Nobody said I had to use the webcams for brush fires. If you know what you're looking at, you can use any camera what you need it for. creep on people, look at their backgrounds and figure out where they are. And once again, thanks for joining us today, folks. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends, turn the notifications on. Head on over to 805.life/launches. Sign up for the email update on launches. If you were on it, you would have got an email telling you that the time has changed for the launch. As far as I know, it's still the same for right now, like 9:23-ish. Oh, damn it. I forgot to show you guys. I was going to show you guys the river right now, since we went on the other side of the river. But we're just going to make our way to Jalama County Park. Yep, you heard me right. It's a county park. It's not a state beach. Some people think it's a state beach. It's not. Come on, buddy. And it's a bummer because we got Jalama Beach and Lake Cachuma. Both of those are county parks. Oh, there went a fox. Did you guys see that? That was a pretty big one too. And over there on screen right from where it came, that's all the city. Those are houses up there on that hill. And it's running across the street back, well, into the homeless neighborhood. There are homeless people that live all up on top of the hill on the other side. Damn, that was a big ass fox. Finally, animals. Figured we'd be seeing a lot more than that at this time of the morning. I wonder if this is going to be a good day to demonstrate the thickness of the fog. Big old fox. The good thing, we didn't see it running across the road with somebody's animal in its mouth. Highway patrol out this morning. That's like the fourth one I've seen since I've got on the road. You don't really see too many highway patrol around here, especially underway. You mainly see them parked on the side of the road waiting to get somebody. And now we're on Highway 1, heading southbound. maybe 3. That's one sign I want right there. That South Sepuedes sign. I'm not 100% sure what South Sepuedes means, but from what I know, it means get out while you can. Kind of interesting. Like, what happened on this road that they named it Get Out, or that creek that said they had to name it Get Out While You Can. There has been some. What do we got? Oh no. There we go. Go. Excuse me. 51 minutes to go. Under an hour. I didn't check the. Uh-oh. Yeah, see? It's already changed. 805.life now has an hour and 2 minutes to go till launch. And my timer that I set is down to 50 minutes. So they added 12 minutes to the time of the launch. Yeah, they're still not done. That sign will probably sit. That's the Jalama Beach sign right there. It used to be an old wooden one. Now that'll probably sit like that for a couple years before they finish it. It's kind of like the rest stops down by Gaviota State Beach, the Gaviota rest stop. They spent like 4 years remodeling the north and southbound rest stop. And they're open for like a week at a time, and then they're closed for months. Supposedly the closure this time is because they don't have enough water out there to sustain the rest stops. So why the hell would you rebuild them? California, that's why. Somebody made a lot of money off of that job. Oh! Peacock! Holy shit! There's a peacock in the road. That's not a turkey, folks. That's a peacock! Look. Peacock. That's crazy. Would you look at there? A peacock. That's pretty awesome. Go ahead and hit the like button for the peacock, folks. Peacocks in the chat. That was kind of cool. I did a job a few years back over in San Ynez, and every morning there was a peacock on top of the power pole. Peacocking away, making all kinds of racket. But that was the first time I've ever seen a peacock out here on Jalama Road. Eagle? Have you ever seen a peacock out here on Jalama Road? Shit, if Miss Jackie was watching, we could ask her too, because she comes out here all the time. Yeah, that was cool. See, all we had to do is get to the south side of Lompoc. The north side of Lompoc had no animals, at least that I saw. And as soon as we turned out of the south side of Lompoc, we got a big old fox, and now we got a peacock. That was cool. it's cool. See, folks, that's why you got to take your time driving this road. You never know what you're going to see. And if you're not watching what's off of the road, hey, what are you building, Mr. Hammond? If you're not watching the side of the road, you'll never see anything to begin with. Well, I guess not, because we saw the fox run across the road. But you kind of got to look around, see what you see on the hillsides, out in the fields. There's a lot of times where the deers will just be standing in the middle of a field eating something, eating the vegetables or whatever. Got my head on the swivel for animals. I want to see something else, anything else. Not a cow. Cows don't count. Preferably a buck. I think a buck would be pretty cool to see right now. Something with a decent sized rack on it. Right up here in the past, I've seen a bobcat running across the road. That was a cool trip out here because we got the bobcat and a couple tarantulas, which my daughter-in-law thought I was bullshitting about seeing tarantulas out here. Nope, there are. But we're gonna have to wait until October, most likely, to catch a migration again. Typically around these parts, March, April, and October is when you can see the tarantulas migrating. If you go over by Never Neverland Ranch on Figueroa Mountain Road, there's a 2-mile stretch of road that is littered with tarantulas at the right time. Freaked out my apprentice one time when we went out there. He couldn't believe how many there were on the road. That's out at Figueroa Mountain Road. I haven't seen it like that over here. Then again, I'm on Figueroa Mountain Road a lot more than I am on Jalama. As we go up, we go further into the fog. Hopefully it's warm enough where it won't be super thick up here. This is, oh no, it is. This is where it gets scary, folks. There's sometimes, sometimes you come up here, the fog is so thick you can't see the double yellow line painted down the middle of the road or the curb on the right side of the road. Oh yeah, see, it's not that bad. Yeah, sometimes through here it's scary. I might have a video up on the YouTube in the video section that shows me coming over this in a very foggy situation. See how much clearer it's going to be out here already? As we make this turn, you will be able to see blue sky, which you couldn't do that in Lompoc. But there's under an hour to go. There's 40 minutes to go until launch. So it may burn off in town still. It may not burn completely off. So it may be one of those things where, yeah, Jalama might be somewhat clear. See, look, now we're completely out of the fog. And way out there in the distance is Jalama Beach. You can still somewhat see something out there. Fog, clouds, whatever it may be. Down there in the little valley, that's at the actual Dangermond Preserve. You can see the fog right there coming down that little finger, that little valley. And that's literally what it's like here. The fog will be 100 yards away from you, and right where you stand is completely clear. For some strange reason, these hillsides seem to block the fog. I don't understand why. I'm not a meteorologist or anything of that nature. But yeah, Lompoc is fogged over, and it's absolutely beautiful out here on Jalama Road right now. I'd wish they'd open Dangermond for hiking, because this would be a perfect day to go hike Dangermond. Don't forget, if you're ever coming out here and you're heading toward Jalama, stay on your side of the road. Don't come over here like this. There are RVs, diesel pushers, campers, van conversions, cab overs, big vehicles coming out of here. And if you're going too fast or hugging the turn too tight, you could hit somebody. So stay on your side of the road. Don't go too fast. And pay attention. Especially if you're looking for animals, go slow. It is still kind of early, so I don't foresee too many campers and stuff being on this road. They're probably the biggest ones you got to worry about. They know the road. They got to get to work. So, and some of the windsurfers, granted it's morning time, so we don't have to really worry about them right now either. But the windsurfers drive this road like a bunch of assholes. all by itself. I don't want to stop right here because this is kind of a blind area. Peacock. See it. There goes a few more deer out there. Nope, you can't see him from this angle. One of these days, I'll do the bear. Or that would be cooler. Sorry, folks. And to the, well, not really the road, because like I've said before, the road doesn't move. The road stays the same. It's everything around it you got to look out for. It's not like the road's just going to get up and move. But the deer hanging out on the side of the road, or the turkey, or the pigs, or the bear, or the mountain lion, skunk, bobcats, fox, peacocks. Did I say turkeys already? Turkeys, ringneck doves, all of that. For the road's not going to really do anything. We are making our way out to Jalama Beach County Park, folks, because Lompoc has some fog. It had thinned out by now. It had thinned out some from when we started the live stream. When I officially left the house about 20 minutes or so before we started the live stream, it was thicker. And of course, slowly thinned out. It's a little bit too much. I didn't want to chance it. And look at that German cam through Watch Duty app. It was beautiful. Like, look. If I had a Red Bull right now and I could sprout and we fly north for like 3 miles, 4 miles, we'd be right over the top of the fog again, or right in the fog. But because we're out here, we're out of it. Once we get out to Jalama, you might be able to see more where the fog bank is sitting, because a lot of times, like I said, it'll be sitting just north of these hillsides, and you could see it coming over the ridge line and coming down into the canyons. And never, well, I shouldn't say never, when I come out here when town is foggy and you see the fog coming over the ridge lines down into the canyons, for the most part it never makes it all the way down into the canyon. It's just, you know, fingering its way down the top. But that's about it. Today I got a feeling it's going to be a little more receded, a little bit further back from the ridge lines. Mainly because it's going to have longer to burn off. But we'll see in the next, I don't know, 10 minutes or so probably. Depending on how fast we go. This is the spot right here where I've seen pigs 3 or 4 times. Poison oak all over the place. Well, at least back there. There goes a little patch. Right now, this time of year, most of the stuff you see out here with a red leaf is poison oak. Like, for instance, that red leafy crap right there growing in the middle of that other bush, that's all poison oak. And there was some on the other side of the road too, but I didn't want to stay stopped right there for too long because that is pretty much a blind corner right there. So if anybody's behind us and came around that corner too quick, yeah, it was going to be an accident. But yeah, most of the red stuff you guys see, like, come on, let go, up on the hillside over there, that's all poison oak. The red stuff. There's some more poison oak. There's some more poison oak. Yeah, if you're, there's really no open to the public hiking trails out here, but pretty much anywhere in Santa Barbara County right now there's gonna be poison oak, so watch yourselves. There is a couple really cool trails out by Never Neverland Ranch, Michael Jackson's old ranch. There's some really cool trails out there. Green Gate Trail, Lover's Loop. I don't have my book on me. I just used to do Lover's Loop all the time because it goes pretty good elevation change depending on whether you want to do this fast or go straight up the hill. It could be a staggered elevation climb or just straight up the side of this hill. And then depending on which way you go, you end up along a little creek with some pretty badass pools along it, and it's just it's a cool little area to go hike. Well, I got my first glimpse of the bay, and it's looking pretty cool. You can barely see the fog on the ridgeline. So who knows? It could potentially be clear over in Lompoc right now. Ta-da! Look at that view, folks. Look at that. Beautiful. You can still see the fog out toward the point. Jalama Beach County Park Campground. And home of the world famous Jalama burger. I don't know, I like the way they used to make it. They changed it up a little bit. Still a good burger. How much time do we have? 25 minutes. See, told you. Take us about 40 minutes to get out here. When you do it enough, you know how long it's gonna take. That's where we normally park, right there. We might try to change it up a little bit. Oh wait, I didn't change the timer. So we got more than 35. We got 35 minutes to go. Oh, the Nature Conservancy's out here today. Ugh. I appreciate what they do. I don't appreciate that they try to close everything down. And then people bitch because nobody goes outside anymore. Well, open things back up. Let us go hike in these areas. I would happily pay to go hike in some of these areas. You know, make it like a day use thing. Minutes and 30 seconds to go till launch. Let's see. So we've done this drive in the middle of the night. We've done this drive just before sunset. And now good in the morning. Oh, I need to do my brakes. I'm just driving through real quick.
Okay, just make sure that's placed on your dashboard by the time you, on your window by the time you exit.
Okay.
Okay, I will be looking.
Top or bottom, doesn't?
Oh, it's already on the top.
All right. Let's go down lane number 3. We haven't gone down lane number 3 before. Well, rocket launch, half hour. Rocket launch, half hour. Rocket launch, 30 minutes. Actually had to put the damn sticker on. I come out here in 2 different vehicles, so I was trying to not put it on either one of them so I could just come out here whenever I wanted to in either one. Man, it's even still quiet out here for 9 o'clock. Rocket launch, 30 minutes. Rocket launch, half hour. Rocket launch. Yes, I am the crazy one who does this. Rocket launch, 30 minutes. Rocket launch. See, without Starlink, nobody would know what's going on out here, because out here there's no phone service. There's nothing really. See what I mean? People breaking down their camps. Some people still setting up. Rocket launch, 30 minutes. Rocket launch. Rocket launch, 30 minutes. Oh, they're putting in a new monitor. Oh no, they're just cutting the bush back. Oh, What are we down to? 20 minutes. Rocket launch, half hour. Those are little girls. You don't want to seem like a creep. It's fairly busy. Not that bad. Oh, let's try it. I think there's a loop down here. This is beachfront camping to the right, to screen right. If you look, you see there's the ocean right there, right behind your campsite. Which can be good and can be bad. Because if the tide gets crazy, it could come into your campsite. Rocket launch, 30 minutes, rocket launch.
Thank you.
And there's the end of it. This is like the cool, mellow side over here, which can turn into the party side if enough people are hanging out together. The only bummer is screen right, you have the entrance road right behind your campsite. So when people are coming in and out, they get to look down into your camp. Which, if you're smart, you just bring a tarp and you hang it on the fence. And nobody can see through it. Rocket launch, 30 minutes. Don't forget.
Is it 30 at Bill?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Have a good one.
Yep, you too. I have issues. All right. So that timer says 17 minutes. This timer says 28 minutes. Right here is where Rupert parked and decided to break down afterwards. And I know it says no parking right there, but I don't want to park right there though, because oh look, Bobcat, right there crossing the road. Come on, let go. Come on. Oh, now it's not gonna let me zoom in. You think we could creep up on it? Let's see. Let's see. Alright, screw it. We're gonna go just past it. It was right here. The Bobcat was right here. Somewhere in here. It was somewhere right in there. So guess what? That means we're gonna stop somewhere right in here. All right. Must be low tide right now. There's tarantulas. Before we jump out, let's check comments. Oh, which launch stands out? That's a good question, Greg. Just for excitement wise, watching the first Firefly blow up. Well, man, it's longer than that now. I think it was like in 2018. I had my whole family out, both my daughters, my son, whichever grandkids were alive at the time, my son-in-law's mom and his family. There was a whole crew of us that went out to watch it was a return descender, and it was before they started closing everything at Floridale, because we were on one of the side roads. I don't remember which one. What other memorable one could there have been? I think that's about it. Oh, there was a Starlink launch that my son and I came out and watched. And we weren't this far out. We were back on Jalama Road, but way back where it's normally foggy. And it was like, I don't know, midnight or something like that, 1 o'clock in the morning when the launch happened. The launch went off, and we're standing there just talking, and coming from where we're sitting now, going from west to east in the sky was a Starlink train. And I thought it was seagulls at first, until it got pretty much overhead, and then you could tell it was Starlink. No, I'll try to remember next time doing a mural tour. Oh, I didn't know it was that far back that they got to ride dirt bikes up there. Good morning, Miss Franco. No, good morning, Eric, Bob, and Merced. Thanks for tuning in. JC, good morning. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for everybody tuning in today on Vandenberg Rocket Launches. We are 23 minutes away from zero. We are out here at Jalama Beach today because town was just too foggy. All right, I'm going to leave you guys face that way for a minute or two while I get the tripod and everything set up. You guys can stare at Tarantula Point. At the bottom of the screen, you may be able to see the shark bait out there. Where's my finger? Right above where my finger was. You can see that one lonely surfer. I think there's more than one. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell with the conservancy people over there on Coho, because that's where a lot of the regular surfers park. That is private property, so if the gate's open and you're not invited, don't drive through it. Oh, I see a second surfer out there now. Oh, I hear oncoming. Okay, excuse me. I could have sworn I just heard the train whistle. I could be wrong, but I could have swore I just heard it. And it sounded like it was coming from that direction. Which, yep, I hear a train coming. See a couple white caps out there on the water. Not a lot, just a few. What I don't see is the offshore oil rigs. Yep. Yep. I hear the choo-choo. Oh, no, not that one. This one. And this is loose, and this goes up. And this gets tightened. And the train should be going pretty damn slow right now. Because as far as I know, when there's a booster on the pad, I think it's like a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit or something like that. When the train goes through, all through here. It might just be at base property, which is just a little bit north of where we stand right now. And that, I don't know the official name of it. I'll just call it Jalama Bay as far as I'm concerned. And there's some shark bait out there in the water. But if you look over there to screen left, you can see the fog bank down there in the low part of the hill, of the ridge line. That's all fog right there. So there's a good chance that, well, obviously the southern part of base is going to be fogged over. But as for town, usually if the fog is coming over those ridge lines right there where the wind turbines are, that's a giveaway that Lompoc itself is still covered in fog. It may have thinned out a little bit. Don't know. I'm out here. But then you have the beautiful little bay down there. Right around that area is where it's actually a little bit further down than that, where the whale vertebrae is, if there is any left. Uh-oh. We got 2 shark baits on one wave. There is a good amount of shark bait out there. 5 I count over there. And then the 2 behind us had tarantulas. But yeah, there's no There's no sign of offshore oil derricks out there. But you can faintly see one directly in front of where we're pointed right now. Barely see it in the haze. I'm not even 100% sure if that's what I'm looking at. I think it is. It looks like one. Okay. Let's get this. Let's use the shark bait as the focal point. On. Oh. Here it comes. Well, guess what, folks? We're not using it as a focal point right now. Oh no. Make sure you wave to the train as it goes by. Oh, that's a cool Ventura car. Now, imagine being on that train and they're gonna go over that way. And then I don't know, sometimes they make them stop over there. Sometimes they don't, they let them go through. But, let's see. And that was a Pacific Surfliner. You could tell, because one, it didn't have an observation car. And two, it's only like 5 cars. The Starlight, the one that goes from Union Station in LA to Seattle, is like, I think it's 9 or 10 cars. See it? There it goes. There goes the train. Wait. Go faster. We might make it there early. Okay, we're down to 12 minutes. The timer just flipped over to 11:58. So we got 11 minutes and 50 seconds to go till launch. And it's going to be coming up from somewhere over on the other side of that hill. I don't know if you guys can still see the Amtrak going down the tracks. But it's just creeping along. There's no way it's going to make it out of the area in time. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We're going to have to keep an eye on the timer to see if we get any extended times. Let me get everything set up too. Let's go. Where's this one set up at? Okay, so that's down in the bay. That's up on the hillside. That's got to come down more. Let's use the train thingy. Where is it? There it is. So we want that right there. Center. And this one is, okay, where is it? Okay, so there. There's center. And that's got to go down. And then over. Right there. Too much. Right about there. Tilt it back just a little bit. Too much. Okay, pretty close. Now this one's way off. Okay, so this one has to go down and then that way slightly, a little bit too much. Okay, zoom out a little bit. Okay. All right, we should be good. And the train is way over there now. You might barely be able to see it. I don't think we'll be able to. We'll leave it about right there. And thank you again, folks, for tuning in to Vandenberg Rocket Launches. Waiting for booster 1093's 16th launch of its lifetime. The 50th SpaceX launch of the year. The 52nd launch for Vandenberg this year. It's the second launch for August. And this will be the 13th Starlink mission for booster 1093. Starlink Group 1738. 1093 has also taken SDEA T1TL B and C and Transporter 16 to space. This is the 218th day of the year, the 27th week of the year. And that equals, if this goes, 4.36 days between launches. And this is another drone ship landing. And this, according to my calculations, should be the 246th SpaceX launch from Slick 4. And they only have 9 boosters on base. So that's 9 boosters have taken, or about to take, 9 boosters have taken 245 missions to space. We're about to have another one take the 246th mission to space. And I forgot what it was. I think Slick 4 East and Slick 4 West. There was 2 launch pads out that facility back in the day. I think they were up to like 120 launches, I want to say. I could be way off. I don't have it written down. Seeing if I see the train out there anymore. I don't. I don't really see them making the bend around the point up there. I think, but then at the same point, I wouldn't stop them right there along the east-west part of the line, because that's essentially right where the booster goes over. And if anything were to happen, it will come down there. Oh, no. Okay. Well, that didn't work. And as of right now, we have booster 1063 with 34 launches, 1071 with 35, 1081 with 26, 1082 with 23, 1088 with 17. Today will be 1093 16th, 1097 11, 1100 has 8, and 1103 has 4. And we're down to about 5.5 minutes to go till launch, which means the strong back is either started to or already started the retract phase of the launch. So we're getting close. The good thing is the timer hasn't changed, which means hopefully the train's not going to affect the launch. And don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. We're down to under 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go till launch. Get ready. Don't forget to hit that like button when we see the booster in the sky. It's probably going to be kind of hard to see once it gets in the sky because the sun is bright and beautiful today. We're heading back down toward Tarantulas to show all the shark bait out there. There's like 5 surfers out there at Tarantulas now. And then that big old kelp patty that's out there. There's probably some big old fish under that. Maybe a great white or two. Alright. We're going to point back toward where we need to be. We're probably under 4 minutes to go now. Yep, 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So strong bag should be pretty damn close to being fully retracted. First stage should be fully fueled. Second stage should be pretty damn close. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go till launch. And then once we hit 0, it's going to be like 5 or 6 seconds before we see it come into the air for us. Right. We're done drinking coffee now. We're down to 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go till launch. Rocket launch. 2 minutes. Rocket launch. Oh, you know what I should do real quick? I got time. I got 2 minutes. So let's look at the Harris grade cam real quick and see what that looks. Oh yeah, look, it backed off. Harris grade backed off a little bit. I don't know how far. You can't see all the way down into the valley, so there could potentially still be some fog down along Ocean and Surf Beach. But here at Jalama, it's beautiful. Too bad I want to do a turn and burn today. Because if I didn't want to do the turn and burn, I would have just stayed out here most of the day. Okay, we're down to about a minute to go, folks. What are we at? Minute and 15 seconds. Oh, hang on a second. Oh wait, that's why. That's why, huh? Yeah. All right, folks. Let's hit. Are we? Oh, no. Now we are. All right, folks. Welcome back to Vandenberg Rocket Launchers, ladies and gentlemen. We're down to our last 35 seconds to go until we hit 0 for booster 1093's 16th launch. Another Starlink launch. All right. We're getting close. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff. A booster 1093. All right. So any second now, we should get it coming over the hillside. There it is. There's the rumble. Max Q. And there went booster 1093 on its 16th launch of its lifetime. And main engine cut off, stage separation, second stage ignition, and there it goes. Well, folks, if you go over, if you come back to the YouTube channel later, there should be a video of the launch shot through my Nikon Z50, which is more zoomed in and a little better quality of video. Well, thank you everybody for watching the live stream today. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the comments. Don't forget to comment where you're watching from. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on those notifications. because you never know when we're going to go live. The next scheduled launch is Tuesday, August 11th at 7 p.m. And like I said on the drive out here, folks, they haven't been going off at 7. That is just when the window opens. If everything goes the way it's been going, Tuesday's launch may be closer to 8 o'clock at night, which we've officially gone through summer equinox. So that means our days are getting shorter. So every launch that's later and later in the evening, we have more and more chance of seeing jellyfish effect. So let's keep our fingers crossed that Tuesday's launch gets pushed an hour and a half into 8:30, and then we could start getting back into prime jellyfish effect time. I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out what this person's on out here. That is not a surfboard. At least it doesn't look like one. Oh, it's one of those hydro boards. Where'd he go? I saw it pop up out of the water once he decided to bail. Look how beautiful this is. The wonderful Santa Barbara County, Central Coast. Jalama Beach County Park. 14 miles from civilization. But one of many beautiful spots in California. All right. I'm going to head back into town. I got to see if the wife wants to do a turn and burn today down to LA or not. Until next time, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, share, tell a friend, turn the notifications on, spread the word of Vandenberg rocket launches. All right, folks. Have a good day. See ya.